Well, it's that time of year. Are you looking for the spring or summer getaway? I know I am. And now online travel sites are working very hard to turn you shoppers into buyers. Here to explain, travel expert Mark Murphy. What is going on here? It's the revenge of the websites, is it not?
They're going after the user. They want the end user to not just look, but to book, because most consumers are lookers and they shop on dozens, in some cases, of sites, and they never buy on those sites, and they go back to the supplier
website.
Why?
Because you can price on those sites. You can figure out what the lowest price is, what you should be paying.
Exactly.
So what's the problem with that?
Well, it's a great service they're providing, but they're not making any money. And then if they are getting a booking, sometimes like on Orbitz, everybody thinks of Orbitz as an airline booking site. So they don't make any money selling you airline tickets.
They don't make any money on airline tickets?
Very, very small, tiny amount of money.
This is Orbitz you're talking about.
Orbitz, and any of them on the air. Like you take Expedia, if you look at Expedia's revenue, over 70% of their revenues are coming from selling hotels. Almost 90% of their profits are coming from the hotel side. So they get big fat margins on the hotels. Hotels are where the money is at with the OTAs.
Wow, so that shocks me. Well, this is why they push it so hard. Now you have explained something to me that I always wondered about. So you said before, we were in the break before, and you were explaining that these online websites are doing this, offering extra incentives, and you can tell me about those, because the airline websites themselves, they came out with some muscle too.
Well, so what's happened over the years is the airline and hotel sites have incentivized the frequent travelers to book on their site by giving them extra bonuses, extra points, extra rewards, because they wanted to pull you away from the OTAs and in some cases traditional travel agents. So in order to do that, they incentivized the end user. And what's happening is
end user, me and you.
Yep. So what's happening is the OTAs are looking at that strategy and saying, how do we get you to book on Orbitz or Expedia or hotels.com?
OTA standing for what?
Online travel agencies. Most people don't realize Orbitz, Expedia, they're travel agencies. They just happen to be online. They haven't gone away. They've just gotten these big monster websites.
So I read recently that airlines rank lower than the IRS in customer satisfaction. I frankly did not know that you could rank lower than the IRS.
Isn't that amazing?
But somehow the airlines have done it.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's a challenge. It's a challenge trying to build loyalty with the airlines and in some cases with the hotels as well. People don't realize loyalty programs with those folks cater to about 10% of the market, the frequent travelers. The average consumer, like Orbitz does a calculation. If you book four airline tickets, 6 nights in a hotel, and spend $10,000 on their new credit card and do it all through Orbitz, you'll get about $400 worth of bucks back to spend on hotels. Yeah, to use on free stuff. So when you really calculate that, you say, I got to do all that. I'm going to get $400, which isn't even a hotel in New York for one night in many cases. That's where it kind of falls a little flat. Now, if you mix it up,
the rewards are not that good? Is that what you're telling me?
I think they're very rich with Orbitz right now, and Orbitz has taken the lead as far as that, but it's going to cater to a select group of heavy bookers and heavy users, and that's who they're going after, and they want you to book on their app. Because if you're booking on their app, you're closer into travel, therefore you're probably not going to cancel. And they want you to use their credit card because they get money back when you use that credit card.
Opening
on
a credit card with
you have to do that.
Online travel, it's just not happening. I don't need any more credit cards. So how do I get the deal without opening a credit card?
You still get the deal, but it's half the point. So in other words, on hotels, you get 5% with Orbitz if you book with them. You get an extra 5% if you use their new Orbitz Rewards card that just came out.
Oh, my Lord.
That's the incentive. So 10% is pretty rich.
You're going to have to give me 10% for the rest of my life. I mean, that's what it's going to take. But listen, I appreciate your coming on and explaining this to us. Always interesting to hear the deals that are out there and how they're trying to get our bucks. Thanks, Mark Murphy.
Thank you.
Wow.